Hi, Alex here, and it's terrific that you want to learn programming. It's such an important skill to have today when everyone is using computers. It helps you to have this skill no matter what your job is, and if you do programming for a living like I do, all it takes is one good application or a WordPress plugin or a theme to make it in this industry. Now, this is what I call capital return for a small investment in terms of your time and money. Now, in this course, you gained a rock-solid programming foundation in just 2 weeks. Not only will you learn how to program, but at the end of the course, as a special project, you will be designing your own teleprompter, which is such a handy piece of software whenever you create a video for your website. I'll go on a limb here and tell you that the best language in the world to learn programming is JavaScript. I've been in this industry for over 25 years, and I've been programming in C, C++, Java, C#, JavaScript, PHP, and perhaps 10 more languages, and JavaScript is by far the best choice. Why? Because it's simple and powerful, it is interpreted and does not require a compiler or a linker. At the same time, it's so versatile. It's the backbone that gives your web pages life and interactivity. You can use it to customize the other applications that you use as a word processor or a spreadsheet program. You can also create standalone programs and even components and libraries to be used by other programming languages. Power and simplicity. It's an ideal language to learn how to program. Well, let me tell you what exactly are you getting as part of this course. In the first section, you are setting your programming environment and getting your first taste of JavaScript by creating your first program. And let me tell you, it's an exciting moment. In the next section, you dive straight into the building blocks of JavaScript, variables, statements, data types, and everything else that you need to build your program from the ground up. There is lots to learn, but everything is divided into chunks that are easy to master. The section 3 is all about directing the program flow. You are in the driver's seat, arming yourself with the constructs that you need to tell the program how to do what you want it to do. When you start the section 4, you're no longer a beginner. It's time for the arrays, objects, and the advanced topics. In the section 5, you apply your newly mastered skills to add JavaScript to your web pages. This is the moment when you turn the theory into practice. The section 6 is pure fun as you dive into animating and you program the text and images to move around the screen and you learn how to sequence the events on a page. I mean, you will enjoy it, but it's not just fun. Animating is a great way to illustrate processes or to make everything look more alive. And let me tell you, I'm a little bit envious of you. When I saw for the first time something that was moving on the screen because I programmed it to do so, it was a wow moment for me. It was years ago. I was a kid and I had this tiny little Sinclair Spectrum 48 kilobyte computer with a rubber keyboard. Well, just look at the computers that you and I have today, so much more advanced. But since that day, I've been hooked and I'm truly passionate about programming. So I know how you are going to feel when you create something from scratch that other people use and appreciate. It's a great feeling to have. The section 7 is your special project. In this project, you design your own teleprompter, which comes super handy every time that you need to shoot a video for your website. And it teaches you how to capture the mouse and the keyboard input and to respond to different events. It's a very practical project. In the last section, it's time to take stock, reflect on what you have learned, and enjoy your accomplishment. Also, it's time for your special bonus, and you will love it. I don't want to spoil the surprise, but it's something that you use to bring your knowledge to an even higher level through self-study. By the way, all the lectures are built on the principles that I've learned when I was doing my PhD in computer science on the topic of adaptive tutoring systems. So you can trust me to make the lectures as easy as possible for you, and I'll be with you every step of the way to answer your questions and to give you even more through web conferencing. You can approach all the lessons in 2 ways. The first one is code along, which I highly recommend. Look over my shoulder with your code editor in front of you and write the code as you go through the lesson. This takes a little bit more time, but you learn a lot, you gain confidence by doing, and you retain more knowledge. Alternatively, copy, paste, and run the code examples discussed in the videos directly from the course download. You go through the course a lot faster this way, but you may have to go back to a lesson or two just to reinforce your knowledge. Either way, you get to experiment by changing the code, by adding your own, and running it to check the end result. Programming is a greatly creative activity, so have fun and enjoy it. Your next step, sign up for the course, happy coding, and let's get right into it.